The best half of an apple. Everything is better when done with love. I remind myself of this word at the beginning of every project. But I must admit that the career talks, where I recently met with university students and told them about my knowledge in media ethics, business life, and media, is a very different experience for me. Knowledge is the most expensive product in the universe, and it's not easily obtained. However, there is something just as important, and that is experience. Knowledge is gained in these prestigious educational institutions, where young people study, but the experience takes years and the cost is quite high. In this sense, I am trying to close the gap. Moreover, I want to bring social awareness and sensitivity to young people, which is as important as individual awareness. In this sense, young people who fill the halls say no to violence against women together with me. The concept briefly summarized as violence against women, in my opinion, is a great dishonor and a crime against humanity. The most important embarrassment of recent years, not only in our country but also in the whole world, not a day goes by that we do not encounter news about this subject in social media, newspapers, or television. As I said, the issue is basically a question of education, morality, and empathy. Together with the young people, we are in a project where we advise them to view differently. Although it may seem very different at first, saying no to this problem is an important aspect of this business. Suppressing a gender different from itself, just because it is weaker in every sense, especially physically and mentally, is the biggest personality problem. In fact, the story of a man and a woman is a story that begins and gets better together. What's more, a story that starts with everything when there is nothing. There was no fire, water, earth, and air. The story began when nothing existed. More than anything, a colossal absence. A single being at a time when even the meaning of being nothing is unknown. The only almighty and ever-present creator. He first created the earth. He created the earth blown from his own light. In 6 days, which he carefully prepared for the human being, who would be the most different of creations. The first man had a body from earth and essence from the Creator. The earth came into being by the power of the Creator. Water gave life to his body, and he was called Adam. Adam, the first father of mankind, let him not be alone, said the Creator. Do not be alone, and multiply. As he multiplied, it was wanted of him to understand and tell the Creator. A rib bone. This time, a single rib was revived. The being called Eve, but now referred to as woman, was expected to be a wife to Adam. The whole world and the first representatives of a generation that will rule over it, Adam and Eve. While a huge earth awaited them, they chose the most fertile place and made Anatolia their home. They first got to know themselves, then each other, and while the earth did not spare its blessings, Eve gave children to Adam. They multiplied. Their souls met new feelings as they multiplied. Love was the first thing they were taught. They learned to love each other. They built villages and cities. Some of them always remembered the first thing given to them, namely love, and their lives became easier as they loved. The soil gave them the most fertile of products from its bosom. In the ear of wheat they smelled bread, when they looked at life in the clear water, and they got to know each other more closely as they dived into each other's eyes like dolphins longing for the water. Life started with a man and a woman, and as he loved that woman, where they lived became more beautiful. As they say, maybe Anatolia became a unique geography that the whole world looked up to when a woman's hand touched it for the first time. Even today, those who take a pen for this land called Anatolia always talk about this huge earth, combining the mystery of the East with the wisdom of the West. Every eye that tries to look at the future from years ago still see the beauties brought by the Eves who touch it. If you look carefully, you will notice them in every corner of Anatolia, with their henned hands and pure hearts. Women who are the most beautiful half of an apple, with different anxieties in different corners, but always full of the same hope, with their pure hearts. In the Black Sea, you will see their longing for the tea and hazelnuts they load into the ready baskets they carry on their backs for sustenance. In the Aegean, you realize the hope they carry in their big hearts with their calloused fingers when they are cracking tobacco. When they stand shoulder to shoulder with their colorful clothes to dance, you feel the joy of being one with them in the East. Whether in the village or in the city, whatever she does, The women of these lands are similar to each other. They underline that they are the children of the same mother, looking into your eyes with their big eyes. Anatolian woman starts the day early. First, she prepares breakfast for her kids and her other half, her man. She prepares her children and sends them off to school, and her husband to work, with a love too great to fit through the doorway. She is the woman of this land. She is always side by side with her man. When it is necessary to assume responsibility, she puts her heart out. Her heart is so big and wide that you see her as a caring mother when necessary, as a farmhand in the field, and as a shepherd in the highland, and sometimes at a desk in the most important institutions of the country. Wherever they are, in metropolitan plazas or public places, in potato fields or vineyards, next to a sheet over a wood fire, they have dough in their hands ready to share with their other halves, or even to give them a larger piece of it. Our women, whose hearts and smiles are always sincere. Courage is the other name of a woman in this geography. It is Nene Hatun who attacked the enemy with her knuckle in her hand. In Azizieh, defending her homeland with honor. It is Sherife Bajou walking her child on her back, knowing the honor of independence, in order to deliver the weapons and ammunitions from Nebelu to the front as soon as possible. It is Kara Fatma who did not show mercy to the enemy with the gang of brave women she formed. Halida Edip is in the Duatepe, and Sabia Gochin is in the sky. In this land and all over the world, a woman is the most beautiful half of an apple. In Anatolia, women are mothers, sisters, and the crown of our heads. Respect woman because she is the mother of mankind. Get smaller as you get bigger. Be humble. A life free from ego always pays off. Hasan YILDIZ. Woman is nafs for the one who does not know, but a breath for the one who knows. Shems Tabrizi. Not the ones speaking the same language, but the ones sharing the same feeling understand each other. Melvana Jalaluddin Rumi. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First by reflection, which is noblest. Second by imitation, which is easiest. And third by experience, which is bitterest. Confucius. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Albert Einstein is often credited with this wonderful quote, but it may have actually come from a variety of different sources, which is quite fitting given its subject matter. Einstein. If every knocked door was immediately opened, the degree of hope, patience, and desire would be incomprehensible. Hazreti Mevlana.